Dry Creek was a kind of place where secrets settled like dust on windowsills, in horse troughs, and in the hollow glances of folks too proud to speak of pain. The saloon's piano was broken, the preacher drank, and the sheriff hadn't drawn his gun in a year. People had learned to survive on pride and silence. So when she walked in, all heads turned. The woman wore a red silk dress that didn't belong in a town like Dry Creek. Too clean, too fitted, too dangerous. She had dark eyes like burned coffee, hair pinned high like she didn't care for cowboys' opinions, and a scar near her collarbone, just barely visible beneath lace. Her name was Clara Devlin, and no one knew she was here on orders. She glanced once across the room, and locked eyes with a man they told her to destroy, Wyatt Cain, the ex-outlaw turned rancher, who was rebuilding his life plank by plank after his gang betrayed him. His name still haunted wanted posters in towns far from here, but in Dry Creek, he was a man who fixed fences for widows and tamed wild colts for children too poor to dream. The one who ruined her brother's life. Or so she believed. Her orders had been simple. Get close to Cain. Seduce him. Shame him in front of the town. And leave him ruined. That was the prize for her brother's debts to disappear. But Cain wasn't what she expected. His hands were rough, but his voice was soft. His eyes, they didn't match the stories. Chapter 2, A Gentle Fire. Clara didn't come to his ranch the next day. She waited 3. Let the tension brew. Then, she arrived under the guise of needing work. The saloon didn't pay women for charm anymore. It paid for sweat. And she wasn't about to dance for men who'd cheer her downfall. Wyatt looked her over once. You know how to fix a fence? He asked, chewing a blade of grass. I know how to break one, she quipped, arms crossed. He smirked. Fair enough. You got hand that can hold a hammer. You got work. She expected flirtation, maybe suspicion. What she got was silence, long stretches of work beneath the sun, and cold water drawn from a well that never asked where she came from. Days turned into weeks. She ate with him on the porch, talked little, listened more. One night, after she stitched a ripped stool bag by lantern light, she caught him watching her. Not like a man watches a woman he wants, but like someone trying to read a book in a language he once knew. You keep looking at me like you're waiting for me to run, she said. He took a long breath. People like us, we don't get to outrun our shadows. We either make peace with them or become them. Clara looked away. You have no idea what I've become, she thought. But the ache in her chest grew each time he smiled at the ranch dog. Each time he helped the widow next door fix her chicken coop without asking for a thing. Each time she realized the man she was sent to ruin was already rebuilding something far more fragile than reputation, his soul. Chapter 3, The Fall of the Mask. Then came the night of the fire. Clara woke to the scent of smoke, the roar of panicked horses, and the crackle of burning wood. Wyatt's barn was ablaze. She ran barefoot, coughing, through the night, screaming his name. He was already inside, pulling a colt by the reins, eyes squinting through smoke. You'll die, she cried, grabbing his arm. He looked back. Then I'll die not leaving them behind. Together they got 2 more horses out. She burned her hand on a hot nail. He wrapped it in cloth with trembling fingers, jaw tight. Why would someone do this? She asked through gritted teeth. His eyes turned stormy. Because the past never forgets. She knew, then, this fire wasn't random. It was her fault. Chapter 4, The Confession. The next morning, Clara stood with her palms open beside the smoking rubble. Wyatt leaned on a post, watching her. I lied to you, she said. I was sent here to bring you down. He didn't flinch, just nodded slowly. Who sent you? She swallowed hard. My brother, Nolan Devlin. You robbed the Carson train years ago. My brother lost everything trying to copy your outlaw ways. He thought if I humiliated you, it would restore his name, erase his shame. Wyatt closed his eyes. Nolan was just a kid with hero worship. I warned him not to ride with the wrong crew, but he never listened. She stepped closer. He was 17, and I believed every word he said about you. And now, he asked quietly. She looked down at her scorched boots. Now I don't know who the villain is anymore, but I know who you are, and I'm sorry. He didn't say a word, just walked away. She wept where she stood. Chapter 5, Redemption and Rain. Clara left that night. Couldn't bear the weight of what she'd done. Rode east toward the border town of Grey Bluff, where her brother waited with liquor breath and blame. But she didn't find forgiveness there. Nolan scoffed when she told him she failed. You're weak. Should have let the fire take him. That's when Clara knew her brother wasn't a victim. He was broken, and he wanted others to break with him. She rode back to Dry Creek, heart heavy. She didn't expect a welcome. She didn't expect Wyatt to be waiting. But there he stood, beneath the rebuilt archway of the barn, hammer in one hand, a flower in the other. Dust swirled around him like wind stirring up something new. You came back, he said, voice barely above a whisper. I'm not proud of who I was, she said. I ain't proud of who I was either, he replied. She looked down at her hands. I've got scars I used to hide. But now, maybe they mean I survived. He nodded slowly. Scars are just proof you kept going. She stepped forward. I want to build something here. Even if it's just a quiet life. Even if no one ever forgets. He offered her the flower. Rough fingers brushed hairs. Then let's build it together. Epilogue. When dust settles. Clara and Wyatt married that spring beneath the half-burnt willow tree beside the ranch. Folks still talk, sure, but as the years passed, talk turned to silence, and silence turned to nods of respect. Clara taught school on weekdays and broke horses on Sundays. Wyatt never picked up a gun again, and when the wind howled through Dry Creek, it whispered not of vengeance or betrayal, but of two souls who laid their past to rest and dared to build something honest in a town full of ghosts.